Keys ignition. Let's try it out. This has been sitting for months now. Yeah, I mean, you can wash off all the mud, get the most of it off before you even leave the trail and put this in your trailer or the bed of your truck or something. This is the first one like this I have ever seen. This is a lithium jump start pack that can jump start your car, charge your cell phones, fill your tire with the compressor, or wash it. Let's see how it works. A little pressure washer built into it. Let's test it out, see if it's any good, whether it's genius or gimmicky. We're gonna find out. So this is the main unit and everything kind of plugs into it. You can hook up your air hose, you can hook up your nice jumper leads to jump start your car, there's USBs and everything else. But I think the most intriguing thing, and the reason I picked it up, is because it has a water pump slash little mini pressure washer. It's not super high, 200 PSI, a little bit more than like a really, really good garden hose. But we're gonna try it out. We're gonna actually see if we can wash the car today, see what it works, because it'll transfer water, not from a hose, but you can actually just dip this into a 5-gallon bucket. It's the middle of winter. I don't have any of my hoses hooked up on the exterior of my house, you know, but maybe you live in an apartment complex, you want to wash your car out in the parking lot with a 5-gallon bucket. Can it be done? Let's see. So we're just going to stick this in. We'll just power it up, and we hit wash and we just hold it. I don't know why it looks like it's flashing on screen, but it's not. There we go. And just like a electric pressure washer, it will cycle on and off. Once it builds pressure, it stops. So this says I have 42 minutes of runtime, and it's only about the battery is only about 3/4 of the way full. So when it was full, it said I have about an hour. So actually pretty impressive, especially because you're not pumping all the time. Like right now, it should stay at 42 minutes because the compressor pump shut off. So let's wash. Missed it. Causes you to be water conscious. That used about 1/3 of a 5-gallon bucket to wash and rinse one side. So I'm gonna call that done. I mean, I've washed everything. I did just the basic wash for winter, but it took one 5-gallon bucket. I'm gonna probably go underneath and just do the rims a little bit better and take the entire other 5-gallon bucket. And it looks like 39 minutes is what's left out of doing a full 5-gallon bucket. I don't think it's the greatest pressure washer with this nozzle. I think you could get a little bit better if you had a dedicated nozzle. I think it's better kind of as maybe as a fluid transfer. I want to see actually how long it takes to transfer. So got an empty one. I filled this one back up. We'll just unattach it. There we go, whatever that time was. 10 o'clock at night, and we're gonna use the jump starter. My daughter left her headlights on, so we gotta go jump start her car from work. All right, Ginger? Yeah, Ginger's excited for a drive no matter what it is. What's the matter, kiddo? What happened? Huh? How did your car die? Should we jump start it? Could have parked without the snowbank here, right? Mm-hmm. Could have. Oh, turn on your hood light. It's a 16 volts. Keys ignition. Like magic. This one has one other cool feature that most do not have, and that is being able to show just the voltage that the system is charging. So if the green light is on, that means it's showing the voltage of this connected to the battery in parallel. But when I turn off the green light just by hitting the power button for just a second, it disconnects any power going from here to the battery. And that right now is just showing the voltage of the alternator, and that's something I always check whenever I go, you know, save someone when they're stranded, making sure the reason their battery is dead is not from headlights or something, but, you know, making sure it's not from a bad alternator and it's just headlights or something. So cool little feature. Okay, let's try blowing up a tire. It actually comes with a metal chuck on the end, which is nice, but let's see how well it does. I guess we got turned on. Pumping that up. Played around with it for a second. Just, it looks like we can set our PSI. This is actually a 60 PSI trailer tire. So, I mean, this will simulate filling your car tire up that's 15 PSI to about 30. It pumped. The spec said it was actually pretty quick. It gave a liter per minute, and I calculated it out. I don't have it right on me. But it's been pretty impressive how fast it should be able to pump. It's those higher PSIs that these pumps hate. These little electric pumps, they just hate. You know, once you get above 30, then they start struggling and building a ton of heat. That is quiet and actually really fast. Faster than I thought it would be. The only thing I do not like about it is I use these little battery powered pumps a lot for like ATV tires. It only goes down to 10 PSI, which is unfortunate because usually, you know, I like to go down to 6.5, somewhere in there, a little bit lower. So I just wish it went lower than 10 PSI, but it is what it is. And that doesn't feel hot at all. Like usually the end of the cord right here gets blazing hot. I mean, it's barely warm. I can throw the infrared on it and look at it. This is one of the reasons I picked it up. If you've ever owned an ATV, you know mud is a pain in the butt, especially when you wait for it to dry when you get home. But if you're able to wash it out in the field by sticking the end of this thing in a stream or something else like that, the mud should just fall right off. So let's try it out. This has been sitting for months now. Yeah, I mean, you can wash off all the mud, get the most of it off before you even leave the trail and put this in your trailer or the bed of your truck or something. Yeah, stick the end in the stream, blast off the majority of the mud while it's still wet, and you're good to go home. That's pretty impressive. So I think the weakest link is this nozzle. So I actually took one of the extra nozzles that it comes with, a spare one of these, and I just jammed a pressure washer nozzle in there with, I don't know, I can't read it. It's probably about a, oh no, it's a 40 degree. So 40 degree swing on it. So let's try that out. It might shoot out. I'll probably have to kind of hold it and see how well an actual pressure washer nozzle works versus this just hose nozzle. Okay, that actually works really good. Okay, for 15 bucks, I popped over to Amazon and picked up this. I couldn't stand this thing. This thing's just, I mean, it's okay. But, with a bunch of replaceable tips, you just pop in, pop out. This is a 15 degree. So much better. You wouldn't do this with a normal pressure washer, but this isn't high PSI. This is, but that would actually clean something. And you could do, you know, your 0 degree tip. It did take a little bit of modification to get this gun to fit. I'll show you here. But it wasn't bad. Just had to take it apart and kind of, this is 0. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would blast dirt off. Okay, now we're going to try out something else. Since it works like a garden hose, this is a water dust dispersant, water cooled concrete saw. So we're going to use that with that and see if it'll supply enough water from a 5-gallon bucket that I can run this and it can cool the blade and I can saw and I don't have to have an don't have a garden hose out on a construction site. Sweet. Now you can move them. Oh yeah, this is the dog toy. That's all this is. What do you think? Yeah. And how high can you go? Get it. Get it. We're out of water.